sec. But one thing we do have to acknowledge from last night was Sam Merrill's sharpshooting. He's developed into an absolute weapon on the perimeter off the bench for the Cavs. His minutes are in flux. Some games he plays 28 minutes like last night. Some games he gets DMP coaches' decisions. Do you guys think Sam Merrill has earned constant minutes in the rotation?
Yep.
Even when everyone else is healthy? Has he done enough in your eyes to earn that right? Last night he had 7 threes. And now, because of Tegna's legal work, we're allowed to show you some of those threes. So,
thank goodness.
While you guys are talking, enjoy some Sam Merrill.
I tweeted it out yesterday, Mike. I'm sure you seen it. I said, and another thing, Sam Merrill better not have another damn DNP for the rest of the season. That dude is a walking bucket. And for a team that's attempting to shoot 43-point shots a game, you need to also hit those shots. And Sam Merrill continues to prove every single time he steps on the court that he's a certified bucket getter. You need dudes who can go get a bucket. Damn the defense, damn all the other special numbers or whatever. This dude go get points. And you need somebody that can go get a bucket. Sam Merrill better not have another damn DNP for the remainder of this season.
And one thing with Sam Merrill, before you guys chime in here, the way he moves off the ball and his ability to release it in less than half a second.
That was my favorite
one. That was my favorite one.
A great example of
touch.
Exactly. Yeah,
yep.
It's incredible how quickly he can release the ball. And just it takes 1 or 2 steps either way just to create a small shooting window for a guy. And he's doing it off the dribble, too. Twice last night, took it off the dribble, which is something he hadn't done that much in prior games. Watch Niang here. He's spot shadowed. Goes up. Nope. Defender gets lazy. Goes to the corner.
Wide open.
He is by far their best off-ball mover. And for me, his gravitational pull, that one, like you said, it goes up in half a second. I don't know how you don't find consistent minutes for him moving forward.
Mike,
I don't think it's possible.
We've been through eras in the league. We had a big man era, right? We had a tough man era. We're
it's the shooting era.
Undeniably, we are currently in the shooter's era. And I don't know that we'll ever transition out of it again because of how punishing the three-point goal is. You've got an assassin. You have a sniper, and I'm really glad that you highlighted the fact that it's that one quick sidestep or that quick dribble to get free. In some cases, he's shooting threes that you know are going in before it goes in because he's wide open.
Look at that, man.
It's really impressive. And here's my biggest fear. My biggest fear is the Cavs don't even understand what they have.
No.
How can there ever be a single game where this guy's not on the floor?
No.
Yet, now, Mikey, we keep going back to it.
Do it, Jay. Do it.
We keep going back to it.
He has to play.
But I'm going to go back to it again. You know how you make sure he's an integral part of this team?
Play him.
How do you play him?
Over Karis LeVert and George Niang when they're not making jump shots.
Oh, that's the only option?
Well, I mean, you want to go 4 out, 1 in. That is a very valuable option.
Mike don't want to say it.
He don't want to say it.
Mike knows
what I'm going
Mike don't want to go there.
He's not going to take Darius Garland's minutes. Those aren't the minutes he's taking.
Oh.
He's not taking Darius Garland. There are minutes to take away from Karis LeVert. There are minutes. George Niang, who I love, awesome dude, can't hit the broadside of a barn right now. His minutes can go out the window.
I'm going to let you know. Listen.
Help me, G. Help me.
I know. I'm going to keep it real.
I'm going to shut up.
Hey, listen.
I'm going to shut up.
With all due respect, that's an absurd. There are other minutes to take away from for Sam Merrill.
No.
He deserves to play. It's not Darius Garland's minutes. Come on now.
Hey, listen. Come on now. Let me talk to you about Darius Garland.
Don't even put me in that clip. Like, I'm going to be associated with this clip now. I can't even be
hold on.
associated.
No, you in this clip.
You in this clip.
Hey, let me tell you about this. You know what I see over and over again? I see and I like Darius Garland. He hit like 8 threes or something against Detroit, right? Yes, Detroit. You know what I noticed in this game? I noticed in this game that, once again, he's a one-trick pony. If I can see it and you can see it, they can see it. Dribble, 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 pivot, dribble under the basket, probe, dribble, get double team, throw the ball away. He's a liability defensively. If Sam Merrill's a liability defensively, then Darius Garland is a triple liability. I'm not saying that you're going to put Darius Garland on the bench, but one of the things that I don't believe in is having Darius Garland as the primary point guard handling the ball in crunch time. Tell him to go sit in that corner and get ready to shoot. Because what he's doing and turning the ball over in the fourth quarter is crazy. It's nuts. And my thing is, too.
Big spots, too, G.
Last night, same thing. I'm looking around like, oh, here comes the turnover. There it is.
Three down the stretch, G. 3 down the stretch.
Here's what I'm saying. Sam Merrill being DNP is enough to be a fireable offense.
Facts.
That's
facts.
Playing
that is facts.
Fireable
that is
offense
facts.
on his own face.
On his own merit.
And by the way, he does it when Harris LeVert may be out. You may look at George Niang or somebody else on the bench may be out, and all of a sudden, Sam Merrill's been shooting 40-something% since day one when he came into the league, and yet and still you can't. And they ask him about it. Yeah, Sam's earned the right. Stop telling me these stupid cliches. Put the man on the court. Get your rotations together. As a coach, he hasn't improved on not one thing. He's still always learning lessons, but never coming into the knowledge of.
You know what's funny to me is, again, I don't know what the answer is with Garland and Mobley. I don't. All I know is what my eyes told me. And my eyes told me that they were playing their best basketball of the year when those guys were in street clothes.
Can't argue.
Jay, I said it. To me, again, Darius Garland is talented, but to me, he's very inconsistent.
Listen, he is talented, but he's a chip. I know he's a max. The contract kills. It kills.
The contract
trying
kills
to move him.
The contract,
Because he's not a max player, and you're paying him max money.
It's just like, damn, man. It's like in that fourth quarter, I seen the good and the bad. I seen Darius Garland hit 2 clutch-ass threes.
I did too.
Around the 8:45-minute mark in the fourth quarter that we really, really needed. But I also seen him have 3 straight horrible possessions in the last 3.5 minutes of the game. And those possessions cost us. I mean, they ultimately ended up costing us the game. Now, there was a lot of other things that led to the Cavaliers not winning the game. This is not my words, but somebody close to me texted me this, and he said this. I sit up every day, and I hear Deshaun Watson's name get smeared because he makes $230 million. Meanwhile, more often than not, Darius Garland is the highest paid player on the court, and he plays like straight ass.
Yeah, it's hard to dispute that.
One thing that my eyes have told me, and I don't have the number. I'll look into this for the Ultimate Cav show on Wednesday this week. It's not Tuesday, it's Wednesday. When they play 2 bigs, nobody seems to struggle more in 2 big sets versus 1 big sets than Garland.
I agree.
The lack of space, for whatever reason, and I don't have an answer. He seems to be affected more by the lack of space created by 2 non-shooting bigs than anyone else.
What is your theory on that?
He's a little point guard who is an aggressive driver, leaves his feet a lot, and then is forced to make passes through the trees. And when you have 2 bigs sitting in the paint, there's
not enough space.
28 feet of arms in the lane, and it gets tipped. I don't know if the numbers back it up. That's what my eye test tells me.
So I don't think you're wrong. I would like to see what the numbers tell us as well. I'll go back to the ratings that you gave us on Mobley, Allen, when they're in the games alone and when they're in the game together. All of these numbers now are starting to bear out what we saw when they were 18-2. And when I first brought up the idea of maybe you move one of these guys, maybe
you have to.
If you didn't learn from the stretch of 18-2 that you can survive it. In fact, you may be even better without them and getting pieces that you know you're going to need once they're gone. And it doesn't. The max contract thing is absurd.
It kills him.
It's just absurd. Nobody's going to want to swallow that because everybody else knows what he is too. Can he score? Yeah. He's a better version of Colin Sexton is what he is.
And we went through that, and all the Colin Sexton guys talked about how Darius Garland was the next evolutionary step. He's the same person, the same guy. And might I add, he's a less physical version of Colin Sexton.
Yeah, Colin Sexton did, I think, have a little bit more physicality to his game.
I just know, I bet not see another damn Cavs game and Sam Merrill don't play.
I don't understand.
That's all I know. That's all I need to know.
And by the way,
last point, G, all you.
By the way, when I look at this, and this is my problem with Cleveland a lot. If Sam Merrill, just take him off the squad, and you tell him to go play for the Lakers.
Oh my God!
You take him off the squad, go let him play for the Heat. You take him off the squad, put him in Philadelphia. You take him off any of these teams, put him with a contending team and a half-decent coach that understands what a skill set looks like, and they would beat us to death. They would wipe us our face in the fact that we let Sam Merrill go. But we got somebody on the sideline that does, I don't know if he knows how to evaluate talent. I don't know if he knows how to incorporate it. And the fact that you got a guy that can hit 10 threes in a game and you still trying to quote unquote find minutes for him is absurd. It's absurd.
Last point, we'll talk a little Browns. Any trade the Cavs make, they're handcuffed till they know what's up with Mitchell. Like, unfortunately, that's the reality situation.
Listen,
Until they know what's going to happen with Donovan.
That's why I said before the deadline,
Yeah.
you go to Mitchell and you have a serious conversation. Do you want to be here or not? Feet to the fire time. Here's an extension. We don't want to build this around you for a minute. We want this for a decade. If you commit to us, we commit to you that we're going to make moves that will make this team a contender.
Yeah.
Period. Full stop. They accidentally found out what their best team looks like, and now they've gone ahead and intentionally screwed that up.
Until Mitchell makes a move, they are handcuffed. All right, we're going to talk a little